Hi there. Well, the fantastic news is that Douglas in Pennsylvania has managed to get hold of the two gear cutters I was missing for the Jury Howell V-Twin. They were 48 DP ones and he managed to get them from Travers.com. So he's very kindly posted those to me. I suppose it could take a while for those to arrive. And apparently the lady in the post office got really excited because it's a while since she's done a package for a destination outside of the USA. But anyway, in the meantime, I'm going to carry on with this gear hobbing attachment project. And in this video, I'm going to make the spindle which will hold the gear blank. Well, I've sort of got a design in mind, and this is a piece of silver steel, 19mm in diameter, and these bearings are 3/4 of an inch in diameter in the middle. So there's a couple of thou sort of a gap. Not a lot. I mean, it's sort of a bit of a sliding fit, but just slightly sloppy. So I think on final assembly I'll use a bit of Loctite just to secure those. And the idea will be I'm going to cut this down to size, about 180mm. On this end I'll reduce part of that down to around about 8mm, I think, to take a pulley wheel. On this side I'll reduce that down to, I don't know, maybe 16mm in diameter for the width of that. So that'll get the shaft correct. Then I think what I'll do is I'll go face this up on the lathe, drill through and ream it. Having done that, I think I'll go over to the mill then, because I need to drill some holes to be able to secure these R8, not R8, ER collet chucks. Once I've done that, I'll bring it back and I'll cut a keyway and in both, assemble it. Having done that, then I'll go back to the lathe again and I'll create the register. I think that's sort of my plan. So I've already centre drilled. Okay, so I've got this internal diameter down to around about 17.5mm, so that'll allow me later on to just turn this end down here to fit. And what I've also done is I've turned this edge down here, just in case I need to indicate when I've put it on the milling machine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the 3-jaw chuck off the lathe together with this piece. I'm going to leave it all intact and move it over to the mill. That looks pretty good. So for the bolt circle function, it's on the XY axis. Centre position is 0. Diameter, now the PCD is 84mm. starting angle is 0, but the ending angle is 360. I only need 3 holes, but I always do one more, so you start and end on the same hole. And that gives us the position of the first hole. Now, as a sanity check, what I've done is I've put one of the chucks on here, just with a long drill, so it's only positioned by hand. But if we move to 0 position, you can see here that I'm spot on that hole. And I've checked the other positions, it's all spot on, so what I can do now is I can centre drill and then drill through with the appropriate diameter hole. But I'll do all that off camera. Well, apart from the 3 holes to hold the collet chucks, I decided to drill 4 holes as well, just in case I need to mount any sort of chucks or anything like that. And now I'm countersinking. This is a 14mm drill bit, end mill, and I'm going to a depth of 8mm. That was good. Well, I was planning to broach a keyway in here, but unfortunately my broaching gear hasn't got a broach sort of big enough for this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this 3mm end mill, and I've just offset it so it's cutting 1.5mm out of this edge here. And when I mill the shaft, I'll put a keyway in the shaft in the same way. I can't go right through, but I think that should be alright. Well, that seems alright at the moment. Now obviously I need to cut a register on this face here, but I'll do that once I've made the shaft and fitted the shaft, and hopefully I've got enough clearance on these holes that it'll fit okay again. So now I need to turn this end down so it can accommodate that. Whoa. Just a whisker. perfect. So now I'm going to cut a small keyway on this shaft. I think that should be okay. Now to put a small flat on this side for the grub screw in the pulley wheel. That should be good enough. So that's the little key I've made. Slots in there quite nicely. So what I'll do off camera is I'll just put some, I'll take it apart and put some Loctite 638 on it, and that should be rock solid. Well, the Loctite 638 seems to have done the trick. And it's only a thou out. So now I'm going to start creating the register, and it needs to be 72mm in diameter. I've just made a mark here, and that's coming in at 75 or thereabouts. So what I'll do is I'll cut down to that mark. I'll take quite a bit off it, and then once I've got to a reasonable depth, I'll then nibble away at the edge to get it down to 72. So that's currently coming in at 73.79, so my target is 72. So I've got 1.79 of a millimetre to come off this, so that's divided by 2.895, so that's 44 increments on my dial. So I'll pull the compound slide back. I've got that set to 0, so I know where to go back to. Couple of turns, and I'll go in by 10 increments. repeat. Try and make sure we're keeping on track. .73 on the nose. So that's half to come off 0.5 millimeters. That's 25 increments. I just did, it was 44. I did 20 increments, so that should be 24. It's saying 25 now, so we're pretty much on the money here. So I'll go and buy another 10. And another 10. So we must be getting close now. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to move the carriage, so I'm going to lose all my settings, which is a bit of a shame. But hey-ho, nothing we can do about that. So unlock the carriage. There's a fiddly little nut under the compound slide. So hopefully it won't fit. It won't, but it's very close, which is encouraging. So what I'll do this time round is I'll just take another 2 increments off. One more increment, so that takes it up to 43. So I thought it was 45, didn't I? Not quite there. Take it another one to 44. Still not quite there. So I said originally 45, so this is on the 45th increment. Whoa, close. Touch more, half an increment. Very close. Another half an increment. half an increment. Oh yeah, it's there. Very nice. I maybe could make it a bit deeper, but it's certainly a nice fit. So happy with that. So this is the new spindle with the collet chuck attached, and we'll see what the runout's like. Blimey, couldn't get better than that, I don't think. Well, that seems to have turned out okay, and it's reasonably tidy too. So happy with that so far. Well, that seemed to work out okay. Now I'm currently waiting for a stepper motor, a stepper driver, and some pulley wheels and a belt to arrive. And I've sort of got a decent idea in terms of what the frame's going to look like, but until those components arrive, I just don't want to finalise the design. But hopefully in my next video I'll be able to cover the completion of the frame, and we might even get a little bit of theoretical gear hobbing done. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope to see you later.